Hello my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismail. In many of my videos, I have talked how the world is coming to an end. And the way the world is coming to an end is through series of earthquakes, of the highest magnitudes of earthquakes that we have ever seen in the history of mankind. These earthquakes will detonate all the nuclear bombs worldwide, and the earth will no longer be viable as a result. In order for us human to continue our human journey, our spiritual evolution, a plan has been established to have all these human on earth at the time of this destruction to be taken out of this earth. And this process is called ascension or rapture, as you know in Bible. But where are we going? A new earth has been prepared for us to continue our journey on the other side. And this new earth is vibrating on a fifth dimensional frequency. This is a third dimensional earth and is vibrating on a third dimensional frequency. For us to be taken out of this earth and to be placed in the new earth, that means that we human beings, we have to raise our body's vibrational frequency to match that of the new earth. In the past, many cosmic messengers or prophets that had come to earth, and they have brought us the guidelines telling us how to prepare that body. So all that practices that you see in religion, such as yoga or prayer, in Islamic religion is known as salah, baptism, meditation or zikir, fasting, all these were established in order for us to create that higher vibrational body. Many believers of religion, they are already practicing these rituals. However, they are not producing the results we are seeking because there is this disconnectedness as to what we are trying to achieve. There is a lack of information. As a result, it's not actually producing the results that we are seeking to create that higher vibrational frequency in our body. So my plan is that I would like to go over these guidelines and one subject at a time and try to explain to you how they are helping us to raise our vibration in our body. And once you are aware of their proper applications, that is when these practices and these rituals can produce an effective results. In this video, I am going over the subject of prayer. Many of us, we practice prayer, but to understand how is prayer helping us to create this vibrational body, it's very, very important. We are spiritual beings. On this earth, we are having a human experience. And in this human experience, we stray away from our origin, the light origin. We are going through many darkness in order for us to know that we are light, to recreate ourselves into the light beings that we are, the spiritual beings that we are. So experientially, we are understanding what light is. And when we are done with our experiences into the negative and we wish to return to our light, the first step of that submission is prayer. There are 4 elements of prayer that I wish to go over today. And once a person can bring a sense of awareness what's happening in prayer, then the prayer will yield more effective outcome. The 4 elements of prayer is surrender, gratitude, asking for strength, and asking for forgiveness. Surrender. The first thing we are doing when we want to come back to our light is that we are surrendering all the negative experiences, and we are surrendering to our greatness or to our light. There are few things that are involved in this step. When we want to say that we are coming back to our light and we are surrendering to God or to our greatness, to our light, we are asking God, we are no longer associating ourselves with the darkness and we wish to return to light. So in the beginning, when we started our journey into the darkness, what we did is that with our thoughts, deeds, and actions, we have experienced this darkness. And now, in order for us to return to our light, with our thoughts, deeds, and actions, we have to recreate ourselves as the light that we are. And that's the whole purpose. As we are recreating ourselves as the light we are becoming aware of our origin as the light that we are. So this step is very important because you just have surrendered, and now what are to follow after this surrender? This is something we need to be aware of. It's more than just praying to God, okay? There are more steps that are involved, and they are to follow right after surrendering. So let's see, what are these steps? So let's say a person who has experienced the darkness of anger. For this person to experience the darkness of anger, there were many circumstances and situations that were created for this person. Remember, we are spiritual beings in the soul form. What happens is our soul is the bridge between this world and the spiritual world. The soul is here to experience darkness here on earth, and God gave us free will. Whatever that our conscious mind, which is our physical mind, wish to experience, the soul is like a genie. It will provide everything that we need in order for us to experience darkness or light. So whatever that we are wishing, the soul is providing that for us. So when this person wanted to experience darkness, then the soul has, or our spirit has provided us with all the circumstances in which we can experience that darkness. And now for this soul, when this soul is returning back to light, and this soul has to go through the same path that he has walked in order for him to experience this darkness. That means there were situations that rose for this person to experience this darkness. Now, in the same path means this situation is gonna rise up again. And at this time, when this situation rises up, this person has to act differently than he has been acting all this time in his dark experience. There are many circumstances where he had expressed that anger in those situations. Now this situation is gonna rise again, and this person has to choose something other than anger. And what does he has to choose is calm, because he has chosen to return to his light. So he wished to experience the light. He has experienced the darkness and he was expressing anger. Now in order for him to experience the light, he has to display, or he has to demonstrate that he is no longer associating with darkness but associating with light. That means he needs to display calm. That's how in this process this person is recreating himself as the light being that he is. And once this person can actually achieve that, that is when he has reached enlightenment. The second element of prayer is gratitude. What's happening in gratitude is that, as I have given this example of this person earlier who has issues with anger, in order for him to return to his light, this situation is gonna come up, and there will be many situations where there will be many people who will instigate or stimulate that anger in him. But in this process, instead of getting angry, this person has to remain calm, and this is going to happen over and over again. There will be circumstances where this person will feel almost helpless and very burdened by these negativities that are being projected by others, and this will make him feel like he wants to yell, he wants to get angry, but this person has to choose calm. So therefore, in this step, we need to appreciate the fact that God has provided us with these circumstances. Rather than getting angry, rather than getting frustrated, we need to be aware that we asked for to return to our light. Therefore, this situation has been presented to us, and we need to be grateful for them. And another example that I want to give you about gratitude is that, let's say a person who is going through poverty, and when this person goes and pray to God and asking for a relief from this poverty, this person is going to be presented with more poverty, even dire circumstances, where he has to, instead of thinking that, okay, this is a punishment for me, God is punishing me, I ask God to give me a relief, but this is a punishment, and this will happen. This, in the beginning, everybody goes through it. When you want to overcome this and you are presented with these circumstances, it's a very natural way to feel that way, that I'm being punished, I ask God and God is not listening to me. Well, no, God has listened to you. Remember that God has listened to you, and that's why you have these circumstances. And in these circumstances, these are opportunities for this person. So as these circumstances rise for this person who is going through poverty, in these circumstances, this person has to be grateful for what he has. And in this awareness of being grateful, this person is realizing that he is in abundance, not in lack. See, in his dark experience, when he wanted to experience the darkness, of course all of our spiritual memory is hidden from us. The fact that we are abundant, this is hidden from this person. So that's why it was possible for this person to experience that darkness and to be in that consciousness. But now for this person to believe that okay, I'm not in lack, I have everything. That's why he needs to be grateful. So he needs to be grateful for the things that he already has. I want to give you my example. There are things that I wish to change about myself. When I ask God to change those things for me, God told me that you are the one who display that, who needs to display that. Therefore, you are the one who needs to create that reality. So instead of not seeing that what I asked for and I don't have that, what I did, I appreciated every single thing. So when I go take a shower, I appreciate the water that I have, the warm water that I have. I appreciate that I have a bed to sleep on. I have the heater when it's cold. I have a blanket. So appreciating every single thing that you have, that makes you, or that puts you in that awareness that you are not lacking anything. That is when you feel abundant. And in those circumstances that are rising, instead of looking at them and saying that, oh my God, I asked God to give me relief from this, but I'm getting more and more of this. Yeah, you are getting more of this, and you need to be thankful for them, because they are an opportunity for you to display your light, for you to come back to your light, to be aware that you are not lacking anything, you are in abundance. So you are recreating yourself, and as long you keep saying that I have everything, I am rich and I am abundant, that those are the reality you are creating. Remember, you are a creator. Whatever you say and do, that becomes your reality. When this person who is going through poverty, and he is saying that, oh, I am poor, I'm helpless, so this is what he's experiencing. And when he's saying I am poor, I am helpless, God doesn't care about me, all these things that he's saying, these are becoming his reality. For this person to become aware that he is not lacking anything, and he is abundant with everything in the universe, then he needs to create that. that reality, that truth, and be aware of that truth. The third element of prayer is asking for strength. It's not going to be easy. Like I mentioned earlier, when the person is going through these circumstances where he used to expressing anger, he needs to stay calm. And the same way, this person who is going through poverty and these circumstances are rising for him where he's even burdened with more poverty. Well, for us to navigate through this winding path of returning to our light, we need to ask for strength, because this is very natural, and I am telling you, I went through it. It's very natural to feel that God doesn't care about me. I felt that many times, because remember, the dark consciousness and light consciousness is both within us. In this soul, both of these consciousness, the knowledge of good and evil, both are present within us. And when we wanted to experience the darkness, it was the dark consciousness that was responsible for it. And now when we want to come to our light, it has to be the light consciousness. So we need to act from that point of our light consciousness, and that is when we can express the light that we are. So this is not going to be easy. It is very difficult, and because I did not have that awareness that actually God is helping me. All that I'm telling you right now, I did not know back then. I was completely in the dark of this knowledge. I had no idea that this is how it works. So now that I have learned, and I'm sharing with you and what this prayer really means. So asking for strength is very important, that we go and pray to God whenever we feel like that way. To deal with these situations when somebody is making you angry, and you don't even know how to deal with it other than being angry, and now you have to completely display a different part of you, and this is something new. It's like when a child starts to walk, he's gonna fall many times, and he needs to get up and walk. Eventually he's gonna learn how to walk. Same way for us to return to our light is just like that. We are starting like a child start to walk, and we're gonna fall many times, but we need to stand up and find our strength and ask God to give you that strength. There are other practices that are involved to help you with this process, but I'll get to them later in my other videos. Asking for forgiveness. In the beginning, when a person surrendering to God, at that point, that person is not aware of the fact that he's already doing something wrong. All he knows that he's going through suffering and he wishes for a relief. So this happened with me. When I was in the beginning, before my awakening, my sister, she used to say that ask for forgiveness from God, ask for forgiveness. And as much as I know the way I think, the way I behave with people, and I knew that I was already doing the best that I could, and I'm not a mean person. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm always trying to help people. So what is she talking about? Well, what is this forgiveness she's asking me to, asking God to forgive me? But you see, we are not aware of the things that we do wrong. We are not aware of them. We just keep focusing on, okay, I'm doing this good, that good, and I'm a good person. Well, yeah, you are a good person. There's not good or bad, by the way. There is no good or bad. It's just we are going through dark in order for us to find our light. The fact that she was telling me and I did not understand what that meant, when I became aware of this, when I had my awakening, I had this new sense of awareness what that really meant. You see, there are many things that I was doing wrong and I was not aware of them, and that's okay, because in the beginning, like I said, you are not aware that you are doing something wrong. If you were aware of the fact that you are doing something wrong, you wouldn't even be doing them to begin with. The fact that we don't know how to deal with some certain situation, and we are used to behaving a certain way, we are molded into it. We don't know any better. Okay, this awareness comes with time, with experience, with different lessons that we are learning in life as we interact with others. So in the beginning, you may not be aware of forgiveness, but when you become aware of this, this is what I did. I was asking people for forgiveness. So what I did is that the people that are still in my life, I went to these people and I asked for their forgiveness. After my awakening, as I went through this path, every time that when I was slipping from what I was trying to, that light that I am, and there are times that I failed. So I went to these people and I said, you know what, I shouldn't have said that. I am sorry, forgive me. So as the time passed, more and more I became aware of this, and I was asking for forgiveness. And I was asking for forgiveness as far back as I could remember, with all the interactions that I had with other people, for forgiveness. And I did that on a soul level, because these people are not in my life. So even when I was like as young as like 11 years old, I remember some incidents from then. So I went and I made a sincere apology to them, to their soul. You can do that on a soul level, on a spiritual level. Do you sit down and ask those people if you can remember their name? I tried very hard to remember some of these people's name even. So I sat there and I asked them to forgive me, and then I told them that I was in ignorance, and I'm very, very sorry for what I have done, and please forgive me for my deed. And I have done one at a time with all these people, and I did it on a spiritual level, because remember, we are always connected on a soul level. Forgiveness is very important. When we say that God forgive me, God forgive me, you see, God is within you. Your higher self is your God. The soul within you is God. So when you are asking for forgiveness, the first thing that you need to ask forgiveness is the people that you hurt. That's the first place you need to turn to. And those are the people, because every single human being, every single being is a part of God. So when you are asking God, forgive me, remember, you are asking these people for forgiveness. They are a part of God that you hurt in your interaction, and in these negative experiences you have hurt these people somehow, and so you need to ask forgiveness from them. Remember one thing, that we are in this world, and all the interactions that we are having with one another, these interactions are all for us to awaken to the truth of who we are. So whenever a person come into your life and bring all these negative experiences, and they make you angry, they make you frustrated, or they hurt you, they are mean to you, whatever that they do, these are all a reflection of our inner world. That's what's happening in our inner world. They are trying to help us to awaken to the truth of who we are. And that truth is, we are the light being. We are not to behave this way. So when someone is behaving in a way that hurts you, or they are being mean to you, on a human level they don't know that, but on a soul level, what they are trying to do is awaken you to the truth of your identity as a spiritual being that you are. Therefore, we should never hold any grudge against anyone, and we need to ask forgiveness. Everybody is a part of God. And like I said, this asking for forgiveness, it does not happen in the initial stage of of when you are trying to return to your light. It happens much later. As you spiritually become mature, then that is when you become aware that you have done so many things wrong in your life. And never ever condemn yourself for the things that you have done wrong. That they were done wrong for a purpose. You wanted to experience the darkness. So therefore, never condemn yourself. Forgive yourself for all the things that you have done wrong. So you ask for forgiveness from others, and then you ask forgiveness from your higher self. and forgive yourself, because your higher self is you, okay, in existing in a higher form, in pure form. And so you need to forgive yourself, because without that forgiveness to yourself, you cannot proceed. If you are condemning yourself, if you're continually saying that I am bad, I have done so many bad things, I'm not a good person, this is lowering your vibration. Okay, remember, you wanted to come back to light. And in order for you to come back to light, you need to realize the truth of what's happening behind this veil. When you are seeing that from a cosmic vantage point, then you are seeing the truth as to what's happening, all these that are happening on this earth, all these interactions that you are having with others. So that's how I am seeing things right now. Anytime I have any kind of interactions with someone that is negative in nature, I always pause. I used to get angry, or it was all about me, right? Like I'm thinking, oh, how that made me feel, and why did he act this way with me? I'm not. So it was all about me. But at one point, it was no longer about me. Whenever now I am interacting with someone and they do something that is negative in nature, I'm just like, oh, okay, there is a lesson from God. So what is this lesson that I need to learn? So I evaluate the situation and I try to think what is there that I need to learn. So that will happen for you. If you're in the beginning right now, it will happen. You will see that you will feel so much matured in this life, and you're gonna feel so much in control of your life as to what's happening. Anyway, going back to, so those are the 4 elements of prayer. You see, it's more than just holding your hands and going to God, but there are happening behind this symbol. I hope this video have provided you with some very important understanding as to what is involved in prayer. And once you are aware of all these areas of prayer, then you'll see that how effectively prayer is working in your life, and it will change your life completely. Prayer has done that for me, and now I'm sharing this with you. I really hope you can overcome whatever that negative you are trying to overcome following these steps. If you have found all the information I have provided in this video valuable, please share with others. Please give others a chance to overcome their negativities as well. Everything in this universe are in constant submission to our Creator God. Every creation of God is in obedience with God's will. Look at the shape of our cells, plants or bacteria. The sun, the moon, the rays of sun as it passes through a vertical slit becomes round in reflection. The shape of trees, the water droplets, the earth, the shape of our head, the roundness of our fingers and toes, even the shadow as the sun moves from east to west. Every creation of God is surrendered to oneness in many expressions. Every creation is in constant prayer. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon below to be notified of any new video uploads. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.